All right, fellas, we are live. Okay, this is the 21-14th end of the regular season chat. We're going to talk about all the teams from each division, see how they did. And if we have extra time, sometimes we do, we'll get into past 5-year draft class. But we'll see how that goes. And other guests are going to be jumping in. Right now, it's Grim, Howie, and Ken. How do we pronounce your name in the forum?
It's Argot.
Argot.
Yeah.
Okay, Argot. He's the Houston GM. So welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right. Is everyone here? Howie.
Yeah, I'm here.
Grim.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. So we'll start with the Toronto. I'm AC North. And how did it play out? Did it play out the way you guys thought it was going to be? I want to hear everyone's opinion on that, and surprises or shockers or anything like that. Ken, you want to go first, or do you want us to go first to kind of give a feel for it?
Well, I'll just say that, I think Toronto is no surprise. How the others fare out, I think I saw Harlem a little better than they ended up. But, of course, Tzak, it's hard to figure how he wins all the time.
It's that offensive game plan, and he's got defense down to a T, too, now.
Yes, he does. Only 279 points he allowed. Howie, what's your take?
No, I think that division doesn't surprise anybody. Toronto taking it with their record, and then between Rochester, North Plainfield, and Harlem, it's always a coin flip as to how that's going to unfold. I would have thought to have seen Harlem do a little bit better. They drafted pretty well over the last couple of years. North Plainfield struggled the last couple of years, so I thought maybe North Plainfield might have been the bottom, Harlem either second or third, but no one's surprised that Tzak's taking that division.
How about you, Grim?
Yeah, I'm the same. Toronto on top, no question there. And, I figured his record would be about 13-3, 12-4. Rochester, I think they still need to get their shit together here. I don't know if Rob is still working with Joel as his co-GM or not. But, yeah, and then North Plainfield. Now, North Plainfield actually got Devine, that is 1-1 running back. A lot of freaking yards. Like 1,800, almost 1,900 yards.
Let's look at him. North Plainfield. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was great. And I didn't think he would do that well because NPL's, their O-line is not that great. So that's just kind of a testament to what these running backs can do even without a great O-line and without great cohesion. Then as far as Harlem goes, I just, XCOM has just been on the out and out for, he had his window of opportunity there. And just the last 3 seasons, he has not been good. So hopefully he picks it back up and gets his shit together.
Now, did we call, by the way, winners of divisions and stuff like that last time? Do you remember?
No, I don't think we did, because did we do a beginning of the season?
I don't think we did a beginning of the season. Chat.
Yeah, I think we did the week after, I believe we did.
Yep.
So I don't remember calling them.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off what you guys said. If we did call it, it would have been Toronto. And I actually thought Harlem, with their, roster, would have been much better than their 5-10-1 record right now. And I would have put them at second, fighting with Rochester. And then North Plainfield at fourth. So the way it panned out, the only surprise for me was the Harlem one. But everyone else, just about where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, Harlem really does still have a great roster too. So that's a surprise, but I don't think he's got a quarterback that he can work with yet.
And T-Zac's going to be dangerous. He put up 556 points and only allowed 279 points. So it's going to be brutal in this playoff run.
Yeah, he's got Mock just rolling. Just rolling right now. Almost Hugh Gaines type.
Now we go to AC South, and we're in, Ken, we're in your division.
Yeah, we're C-Max.
What do you say? Oh. Well, he said he'd be here, but it looks like he's building this chicken coop right now, so.
Yikes.
Well, with the way shit's going, you got to get some damn chickens.
At 9 o'clock at night, where are you guys living?
Minnesota.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Minnesota? Oh, man, it's too cold for me.
Oh, God, it was brutal this winter, man. Just so much snow. So much snow. But yeah, it's still sunlight here, so.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so, getting Livingston was a good thing for us. Didn't expect him to tank the last 3 games, though. That was a surprise. Well, last 4. We got to win at Fort Wayne by 3 points. We've backed into this playoffs, so I don't feel real good about facing Augusta this week. I'm afraid it might be a one and done type of thing, but all you have to do is get in, and who knows what happens.
You got a home game, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you had a stretch of 4-game loss at the end.
Yeah. Against teams we should have beat.
Well, those are all home games, too. Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow.
So I was wondering, is there anything to that whole red flag thing? Once he lost, 1 or 2.
Does it just
tank?
spiral? Yeah. Does it spiral out of control after that? Maybe. I don't know.
I know a lot of us, we like the move that you made.
Yes, I loved it.
We know it was a 1-year rental, but you made a push for the playoffs, and there you go.
Yeah, well, I wanted it more than 1 year, but just couldn't get it done. Wanted Cognac first, and I guess I'll be in the mix for that, lottery that happens in free agency next year. But man,
yeah, that's going to be something.
I even thought about trading with Ben to get that quarterback that I wanted, and he took before I could get there. Can't remember his name now.
He's on Ben's team?
Yeah, Anthony or something like that. See
this guy right here?
Oops.
Edwin Anthony?
Yep, that guy. Because he's sitting on the bench, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
But that's trading with the evil empire, and I don't want to face Jugs.
Don't be afraid of that, old man.
No.
Yeah,
he's all bark and no bite.
Just tell Jugs, this is a player that's going to make my team better.
Yeah, but I don't know if he will. That's the thing.
Yes,
quarterbacks are.
But that's what you believe.
You'd like to think so.
That's why you're trading for him.
I thought Tyrus Dennis, whatever his name is. I thought he was the answer for us, and he stunk up the joint.
No, and I remember a number of years back trying to get him off you, and you're like, nah, probably just re-sign him and see if I can make him work. And
yeah, and I couldn't. He has great bars. His interceptions are terrible, though. That's what kept. Finally, I said, enough. I just want a quarterback that doesn't throw interceptions. I don't need them to win games for me. I need them to not lose games for me.
If you look at Bordeaux, he has them. Look at his interception. He threw 30 touchdowns, 26 interceptions last season. 32 touchdowns, 32 interceptions.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yep.
But he's passing the ball a lot more than Ken would, I believe.
Yeah, but mine was worse. I think he had more. I'm not on that screen right now. I can't see yours. I think he was worse for us.
Here you go. I have you up right now. You were 18 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, 23 touchdowns to 11, 15 to
Okay.
16,
Okay,
19
well,
to 19. Yeah. So,
I did get him going better after a little while, but still.
yeah, but just with him going to Bordeaux and Bordeaux passing twice as much as you, his stats just went up 2 times.
Yeah. Now, I really thought San Antonio was going to give us more of a hassle this year, but it sounds like he's having some frustration trying to figure out what's going on with his team. My defense really let me down. That used to be like the stalwart. I did have a couple of turf toe injuries. Goodness gracious, but just hasn't been what it has been in the past. I don't know if everybody's figured out my game plan now, but so I tried to switch that up a little bit too, and it got worse. So
well, Ben made a comment. He said, just because you have the same players and the same game plan, you haven't changed anything. The one thing people are forgetting is that other teams get better as well.
yeah,
And that's a variable that people miss.
yeah, my secondary has let me down in a lot of ways. They do get a lot of takeaways, but too many third down conversions that kills you.
Yeah, and Rodriguez is still a beast. What'd he get this year?
Yeah, nobody throws to him. He's got one of like the lowest throw to percentages, if I remember reading that stat right at one time.
Yep. Well, yeah, see, he was even off a little bit. His pass defense percentage was only 79.2 this year, and he's been above 80 all other years. So yeah, I could see where he's a little off.
And you're paying him quite a money.
Yeah, have to keep him away from jugs.
Yes. All right. Howie, you want to take this?
Uh, you know, yeah, I just don't know what to say about the AC South. That's not really a division that I spend a lot of time looking at. I think that that Ken, you brought the team around, and you're in the playoffs, so that's good. I wouldn't have probably put you at the top of that list at the start of the season, but you wouldn't have been towards the bottom. I think that I would have probably chose San Antonio. But
I would have
hey,
too.
You surprised me, so congratulations.
Thanks. Atlanta made a good run this year, and they gave me a little bit of a start there at the end. They had a poor start, but came on strong at the end.
Yeah, he did make a push, Weendog. I know he was frustrated with his team, but somewhere, he got some wins in there. Something started clicking for him. And if you look at the games at the end, this one against you, Grim, he only lost by 1 point.
Yep.
Was that a field goal? A missed field goal or something that happened that game?
Oh God, I can't even remember.
But he lost big against Quick.
No, I kicked 5. No, wait. I can't remember what went down. But yeah, go on.
No, so he did turn his team around from the way it was playing. I would have picked San Antonio to take that division, but I would have picked you, Ken, as being second. I'm shocked with Fort Wayne that he's down at 2-14. That one, I would think he would be more 9-7. I don't know why he fell off that much.
He's been either hot or cold. There's really no in between. He's either really good or it's down at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know why. Grim, what were you going to
Cushman's
say?
hurt.
Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. No, his problem is he didn't throw to his wide receivers at all. He's got no way. He was just throwing to his his tight end.
Yeah, that's right.
Tight end and his running back, and then his tight end that was a fullback he was throwing to. So pretty easy to game plan against.
Grim, you gonna make it over there? You sound like you're dying.
Yeah, I just got a fucking frog in my throat. Holy shit. Hang on a
Okay,
second.
you can cough it out. Yeah, he only put up 160 offensive points. 160 offensive points. That's not going to do it.
No, that's fucking terrible. That might be the lowest I've ever fucking seen.
I wonder if he's going to trade Cushman.
I would think that he has number 1 pick in the draft next year. He's going to grab the best wide receiver unless there's another quarterback. If there's another quarterback and no wide receiver, I would take that quarterback and trade Cushman for a couple firsts. But if there's a top dog wide receiver up there, grab him, and that will solve some of his offensive problems.
I like that move. What do you think, guys? What Grim said.
Yeah, I think so. Cushman, yeah, I'd take him a heartbeat. I think he's not going to trade to a divisional rival, or the price just went up, one or the other. He's invested heavy in defense, and that offensive line looks pretty good too.
Yeah, because his defense was solid, especially when he first came in and took over the team. His defense, I think, was the top defense. And then other years, his defense kept his offense in the game that I've seen.
You know, when you look at his roster, and now, except for wide receivers, that's a really good roster. I don't know what secondary, I can't quite see on that screen, but secondary could use some work. But
He's got Ford and Abernathy.
Yeah.
They're both
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I mean, he's got the talent there, except for the wide receivers.
And San Antonio, Sacco let C-Max down. He played awful. I was looking at him, and I know C-Max probably wants to throw him out the window.
Yeah, he does. I just think, well, he cut, Preston's getting old. Woody Sheck is off the team. And who else was it? It's just Grant Freeze, I believe he got rid of too. And that pushed his cohesion down from 100 to into the 70s. And Socha just couldn't get it done with that. So
yeah, 46% completion. 23 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. He was an interception machine.
53 fucking sacks too. I mean, this kid was running for his life, 1,200 yards rushing. So, I mean, that's always tough. But, if you look at it too, his defense kind of let him down this year as well. So yeah, no, I mean, he's my best friend. So we talk about I talk about this shit our games every day. And he was just fucking frustrated. But, he turned the corner at the end there, won 4 out of 5. So he's just trying to win some games. So he's not giving Ben a top 5 pick,
That's right.
And this is probably still going to be a top 10. But, not good.
All right. So we'll go to AC East. We got Tucker, Augusta, Snapfinger, Orlando. Grim, you want to take this?
Yeah, Tucker, obvious. Augusta, well, I kind of thought Orlando would, this is Augusta without Mesa for the first year. So I kind of thought he would fall to the bottom with Snapfinger, and Orlando would have been up there. But, and Snapfinger was a big surprise. I'm bummed out that he didn't make the playoffs, especially after not making the playoffs for so year to go 10-6 and be ousted anyways.
I know. He lost a stretch of games here. Week 13,
Yep.
Week 14, Week 15, and then he lost to Tucker at the end. That was a killer in there.
Yep. And he wasn't getting blown out either. But those are all away games as well. So
It's crazy that he's been sitting at the bottom of the division since 2104, and then boom, 10-6.
Yeah, but I think he's got some shit to work with that Frankie Leach, you know.
Yep,
he's a great quarterback.
He's young. He put up 28 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He's got a good receiving core. Well, he's got this guy, Borders.
Yep.
Summers.
Go back to Borders. I don't understand why he's not well over 1,000 yards every season. He needs to be targeted more.
Yeah, that's strange that he's not over 1,000 yards. He must throw a lot of short passes to him.
Yeah, with that big play receiving, man, he should be busting those short ones for at least medium or long gains.
Oh, it's interesting that he's not.
Yeah.
Who's getting over 1,000? So Summers is only 1,100. How about this guy? Ernest.
Well, he got 1,000 too. Wow.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have a route running bar.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just so used to Tucker winning all the time. Who was he starting at quarterback this year again?
I think that guy Taylor.
You got Taylor rolling
Darryl Taylor, yeah.
Yep.
52 touchdowns, 18 interceptions.
Look at those bars. I just don't get it sometimes. I mean, Mike Shelley looks like this. Why can't Mike Shelley put up yards like that?
I was going to say I have had quarterbacks with those bars, and they've come nowhere close to putting up those numbers.
Exactly.
He's got a 98.4 quarterback rating.
Insane.
Some great strong affinities, though. Holy cow.
But can the affinities boost the quarterback that much? They always say they give a little bit, but can it give this much?
Click on the attitude advisor over there, Clay, quick.
Attitude.
On Tucker. Yeah, on Tucker's team. Yeah, so 3 affinities with this guy. That's going to help you push the envelope, but still. Not that much, I don't think.
No, but I think if you've ever listened to Ben talk about game planning, I bet there's so many little things that he does in his game plan that makes that makes those bars equal those stats. You know, he always talks about if you have receivers who don't have courage, don't run them, run routes over the middle. All that sort of stuff. So, I guarantee you that he's not, trying to force a pass in the middle of the field with a receiver who's got a 12 on the courage. So it just, little things like that, the affinities, the what's his cohesion? I haven't even checked his cohesion. I always just assume that it's like 150%.
I'll get it up. Where is it again? Cohesion.
Yeah, he's probably up there.
Here it is. He is right here.
No, he's down because Taylor's only been on the team for 2 years, so.
He's very good at
3.
68 for passing. He's 93 on offensive line, 78 defense, and 57 for secondary. So. Yeah, because I also was shocked with Augusta. Augusta fell to the floor and made a comeback. He rallied off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins.
Oh, that's right. He won 10 in a row. Wow.
10 wins.
I mean, he's got the team to do it,
So he's hot and we're not. That's not a good sign for the first round.
Exactly.
Who are you playing, Ken?
Augusta.
Oh, well, Grimm told us this. Everything starts fresh again. Or was it Howie? When you play in the playoffs.
Yep, new season. Brand new season.
So
Everybody talks about being hot at the end. Oh, I'd like to win these next 3 games, go hot into the playoffs. I don't think it fucking matters. I just think the dice reset, everything resets, new fucking season. So I could definitely see Ken pulling one off on this. But Banks really had a good season. I mean, 30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That Andres Garland did his best Mesa impression. I mean,
I was going to say,
go ahead.
I was not surprised with how well that Augusta did because, that Garland, he's a solid running back. He's not a slouch. He's got great hole recognition. He's got great breakaway speed. He's got good speed to the outside. All those things are, good. His power inside bars up there. So he's a stud back, in my opinion. He just lived in Mesa's shadow for a long time.
Yeah, and he's got a great 1-2 punch. He's got Banks throwing like he's throwing, and then he's got now this guy Garland, who's running the ball 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns. Those two things are dynamite. And he put up 454 points. So, Orlando, too, I was shocked that they fell.
Yeah, and I think that's because he kind of gave up on Connor Touche,
Oh, you think that's what the reason is?
Well, that's been his guy all these years, and I think maybe at the beginning of the season he wasn't playing so well. But he didn't start all season, and that's going to drop your cohesion a ton.
Who did he finish the game with then? Oh, Dakota
Peterson.
Which I like. And is this the guy he only signed for 1 year? That's right.
Yeah, he traded for him, and
I can see people going after this guy in the free agency.
That accuracy bar scares me away.
It means nothing. It's more for me timing.
Yeah, I'm get downfield, yards after catch, short pass.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. I'm going to grab some coffee.
Go ahead. Howie, does that scare you, the accuracy bar?
No, I think it's not one of my bars that I look at and say, oh God, if it's terrible, I wouldn't I wouldn't take him. But I'm a run first team, so I think that can hide a poor quarterback. I'm looking for a game manager when I look at quarterbacks now. And looking at those bars, is I wouldn't not sign him or not re-sign him if he was on my team. I think he's got all the bars that he needs to be successful on my team.
I agree. For me, he's a quarterback that can be successful. But it's funny how good.
I was gonna say, I look at the bars that are important to me. Is I like a good timing bar, which Bondline doesn't have. He's got a terrible timing bar, but oh well. But I like to have timing, and then screen passes, short passes, medium passes. Those are my 3 big ones. Because I don't throw the ball deep and long.
What I was going to say before, it's funny, Ken, how, and we talked about this when we're always on these shows, that all of us have something that we look in a player to be on our team.
And it's funny how, like, accuracy and timing, like C-Mac said, intuitively it seems like timing should be like the short pass, get it out, go downfield. I know accuracy is huge for short passes, and it is hitting the person in stride so that they can get downfield further. But Peterson has a 37 avoid interception bar. Not bad, but not great either.
Yeah, that's interception machine. All right, so we'll go down to the AC West, another good division that I thought Paris, by the way, in the very beginning was going to start doing something with their team, and then they hit a wall. Something happened. But no surprise that Gutenberg won and Mass Lewis comes in second. So there was no surprises for me in that division. How about you, Ken?
Well, I'll chime in. No, there's no surprise there. Um, you know, Massaslui has been kind of dwelling at the bottom half of that for a long time. It was only a matter of time until he got things put together to end up where he is. And Gothenburg is the team to beat in the European division. So he's got a great defense. Look at it. What's his points against? Is that 263? I think he's the number one point. His defense is the number one scoring defense. It's tough to score points, and he puts points up on offense. So, that is no surprise to me at all.
Yeah, he only allowed 263 points. He is number one for allowing points against his team. And then comes T-Zac. So, again, another dangerous formula. He puts up points, like you said, and he stops people from putting up points. Because if you look at his games, let's see here. He beats out people, and he beats them. There's only a couple of games that are close. The rest, he just destroys their team. Now, I think the last game, I'm not sure if he rests his players. He can chime in on that one on the forum if he did, where he lost 30-40. However, Mass Lewis, he's got a good team as well. So.
Yeah, Gothenburg, I mentioned something in the forum about how he needs to come on the show and tell us how he's making his defense, not give up any points.
He actually thought I had Gothenburg there for a second, and then some last fourth quarter mess knocked us out of that one. It was close up until like the final couple minutes. Happy for Mauslaus, though, to finally get in there, and then to win that throwaway game maybe for Gothenburg and knock Snapfinger out of the playoffs.
Did that knock him out of the playoffs? So if Mass Lewis would have lost, Snapfinger gets in?
I'm not sure. Let's see, 9-3. No, I think he still would have better conference record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good because that whole area, they were fighting to get into that playoff spot. So it was interesting. But what are your takes, Ken and Grim, on AC West?
Gothenburg thought was going to win it. Mass Lewis, I think I probably said second. Paris, now I thought they were going to come in third, but maybe even better than that. I mean, click on Paris because he had that rookie quarterback going that we all thought fucking was terrible. So he ended up being terrible, but click on his schedule because didn't he start? He started off real well.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So week 5, he did well.
And those are good teams that he beat too.
Yeah. I want to see that. Where is he? Because didn't he start 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so he won the first 4 games, and we were all pretty hyped about it. Then he dropped the next 5, so that's not good.
But he played that first game. They lost against Toronto pretty well, and then everything tanked.
Yep, just spiraled out of control.
Yeah, when I saw him playing, I'm like, oh, he's going to go maybe 9-7, maybe even 10-6. Because he looked hot with his quarterback. His quarterback was putting up, I think, 70% completion.
Yeah, and he ended up with a lot of injuries to end the season as well. So injuries could have played a big part in that as well. I mean, I don't know what week Andy Beal went out, but he had Beal running okay. No, maybe he was better at the beginning of the season. I don't know. But yeah, I just looking at his team on the website, there's a lot of injuries there right now, so that could have been part of the problem this season. But yeah, I was pretty stoked at the beginning of the season for Waite because he had that quarterback rolling, looked like he was on the right path, and boom, everything just went to hell.
Needed that wall.
But that's what do we keep wanting him to go 8-8? He was trying to get to 8-8. That's the closest he's got. 7-9. So maybe he makes the 8-8 fucking step next year.
And Bordeaux?
I pretty much always called him last. I think everybody kind of does at this point, you know.
He's got the roster to be better than last.
He does, and he has for a while. I mean, he's a little iffy on... Well, now, was Tyrus McCartney injured? Because he's not active right now.
It's the Tyrus Dennis curse.
Yeah. Did you ever make the playoffs with him? I gotta look at that.
What did you get for him?
Yeah, he made...
Ken, you traded for him?
Sorry, I was muted. No, I had to. He had to go in that bloodletting of. I had to let everybody go.
21-12. Yeah.
Yeah. Just figured I'd take the one hit, and it actually didn't. The people that I chose, like, I was almost ready to let Rodriguez walk, put him up on the trade block. Nobody wanted to pay his salary, and ended up being able to renegotiating him. Got rid of a number of veterans, so I thought I'd take a big cohesion hit. Probably did a little bit, but it didn't seem to be as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, 21-10, you made the playoffs with Dennis. That was it.
And he was a first-round pick. Yes.
Yeah, he slid to 9, right? Or 8.
8.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're in the conference.
No, see, that's the problem with Bordeaux. Tyrus McCartney was put on injured reserve at some point. Click on him quick, see if we can see the date that was.
9th game. 10th.
Yep, what a bummer.
But he wasn't doing anything for the 9 games.
I suppose that's true, too. But, again, that takes an ass ton of your cohesion away. To have a 10-year guy go on injured reserve, not play, cohesion is going to sink.
Oh, we'll see now what they do next season. NC North. Howie, you want to take this?
That is pretty much how I saw that going, with the exception of Iowa being down at the bottom and Arizona being above them. You know, you've been doing well the last couple of seasons, so it was kind of only a matter of time you had a breakout year. And I surprised you lost 5 games. I mean, I really thought that you were gonna, finish with maybe 1 loss, maybe 2 losses, but not 5. Where did you get your hiccup?
Week 11 to
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 lost. I was getting worried for you there, buddy.
Yeah, and then I changed something on my game plan on week 14 against Snapfinger, and it went well. And then I went head to head with Tucker, with Ben, um, which we lost in overtime to him. And we both put up like 600 yards of offense. So my defense, as you can see, is not doing so well.
No, your defense, I don't think, is as good this year. No, you were 30th overall, 30 against rushing, 24 against the pass. Not nearly as good as you have been in the past.
Absolutely. You are correct on that.
Oh, and you don't have Marincic, your tight end for the playoffs, huh?
No, I know. I was thinking.
Oh,
about,
he almost had 1,000 yards too. Oh man.
I was thinking about resting him, but I played him, and of course he gets hurt the last game.
Oh, was it the last game?
Yes, it was the last game.
Man, maybe you should have set him. So does that change your game plan, or do you got another tight end that you can plug in there?
I do. I'm going to plug in this guy for now. I don't really have anyone major, so I'm going to see what I have to do for the playoffs, actually. How about you, Ken? What was your take on the NC North?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Chicago's still trying to figure out how to play in IHOF, figuring out what he wants on his team. It's always hard, when you have maybe a desire to do something, you inherit somebody else's team, and just trying to figure out what he wants to do with it. Iowa, I think I think he's still confused. Kornick is a great quarterback. I don't know how did he do? How did he end up doing? Not very well.
No, and he's going into free agency next year, so that should be fun.
Yeah, 84.2. That's not bad. I was just looking at his what was the team stats there. It was top third.
He just kills himself with dead money.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, next year is going to be better, I think.
Well,
it's only 70 million compared to 237 million this year.
Yeah, but 70 million is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Look at those wide receivers. Holy cow! I never noticed.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those guys were, except for the year 2 guy, those guys were all there when Biletnikoff was there. So I don't get this either.
I didn't know he had these wide receivers.
Yeah, no. Every time we go look at Iowa, it's kind of I didn't know he had these wide receivers. Well, he does. He's had them for years.
I know Yamashita, but I didn't know Anhalt and McKnight.
Well, McKnight's relatively new, but Anhalt, I mean, with those, I mean, he should have just maybe this entire time with those receivers just gone that pass heavy attack like you guys all do.
I was shocked, by the way. I didn't think this division would be like this. I thought it would be much closer. And I thought Arizona would have been right up there, 10-6. He had a defense last season, solid. Look at his defense this season, 411 points. And he only put up 284 points.
Right. And he got McQueen 2,000 or 2,100 yards this year, so that's good, but just lacking in rushing touchdowns.
But if you look at his games, he wasn't putting up points.
That's also a changeover GM too, like 2 years maybe.
This is his second year.
Second year.
Yep.
Going into his third.
But another one of those guys where he's got tons of guys on the injury list right now. Like long injuries, 58 weeks, 31 weeks, 30 weeks, 23 weeks. And then I don't think he's settled on his quarterbacks either.
No, he did not.
That's a crazy injury list.
Yeah, but those injuries, that takes its toll.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's also depending on what week they went out, but provided some of these guys miss half the season, you're fucked.
Wow, 30 weeks.
Yeah, and that's the main.
Weeks.
Yep, Trenton Hampton's his main wide receiver. That's a starting linebacker. I mean, how rough is that?
And I think that linebacker went down like week 1 or week 2.
No, he played in 9 games. So, but still, half the season is gone.
So do you guys know, like, when it says 58 weeks, like, there's 52 weeks in a year, but it doesn't calculate it that way, does it?
No, because I had a tight end
No.
that was 50-something weeks. He was out for 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this guy may not even come back.
And when they come back, sometimes their bars drop. I've experienced that.
Agreed.
Yeah, so on that deal, I mean, I would have called Kansas and Chicago, and then probably Iowa and Arizona, or switch those two around. But Chicago, let's check. Is Tomlinson? I mean, this
Chicago
kid's,
was 5-4 until the last 6 weeks of the season.
Yes, he fell off a cliff that week 12 and never went back. But looks
yeah,
like
but I mean, Tomlinson's just getting better.
Yes.
I think this kid's going to be great coming up.
Yes, I agree with you. 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 89.2 passing rating. Yes.
Yeah, and he's also got like at least 3 guys out long term, 28 weeks. Oh, Jesus. 27 weeks, 15 weeks.
Tomlinson's got some great affinities too.
Oh, yeah, he does. So he's at least lining up the leaders with his quarterback, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jet, no, I like the team. I just expected them to do a little bit better this year.
And none of those 6 losses are blowouts either. They're within 7 points, most of them,
No, you're right.
except for Iowa.
Snapfinger, he lost only by 5. 2 points to Frederick. Then he's got 5 points to Orlando. Iowa, yeah, took him out. So 7 there and 4 at the end.
Yeah, that's a lot of tough losses.
I think I can see him next season as a 10-6 team. Maybe even 11-5. Because
Yeah, he's running that Air Coryell. He's got Harvey Moore. Oh, yeah, he's the one with Harvey Moore, the guy with no hole recognition that we kept wondering how the hell he's running that guy.
look, he put up 1,300 and a 4.58 yards per
Yep.
carry.
That's the guy who couldn't get McIntyre going. And McIntyre, Ken, you got him now. Yeah, you got McIntyre now.
Okay, guys, you guys are running teams. There's a running back you guys would never touch.
Nope.
And,
Not me, not with a 10-foot pole.
and this,
Yeah, that wouldn't even be a guy that would be on my radar.
and he's got this guy at 4.58. Where does he sit actually in let's see, rushing? I want to see where he sits at. More right here.
Top 10.
Top 10. Now, I can see now people watching this, our chat, seeing players similar to this guy and picking them up on their team. Just to experiment to see if they can make it work as well.
Yeah, I'd like to go through the logs and see where he was running this guy to get him to do that. Because, I mean, he might be a consideration for me if that speed to the outside was maxed out along with the breakaway speed, because then you could just run him to the outside and you don't really have to worry about the hole recognition. But I don't know how he did it. I do not.
His offensive line run bars are pretty good.
And that does help a lot. You know, when your offensive line can open up holes that my grandmother can run through. I mean, 100 on the center.
So he only has it on the left tackle, the center, and let's see, that's it. The left tackle and the center is the only one that has that run blocking.
Be right back, gentlemen.
Go ahead. Here's the center, and here's the left tackle. These two guys are the only ones that have run blocking. Everyone else is barely making it to 50.
And Judd's take on that whole thing about it doesn't matter if you go like to the left side. It might be the right guard that gets the. I don't know how that works. Because otherwise, I'd say you could probably game plan just for those two people.
All right, let's jump down to the NC South. We got Howie's division. And I know Howie's very happy from last season, what he did this season. Howie, you want to guide us?
Yeah, no, I was very pleased with how Texas played this year. And again, it just goes back to show that you need to submit game plans and do some game planning to have some success in this league. Because as I said, I got so far behind last season with being sick and having the kids be sick that I just never caught up. And it was Rex game plans, Rex defense, and really just kind of doing the bare minimum last season to make sure that my team was fielded. So this year, this season, paying a little bit more attention to it. That's kind of right where I thought I was going to be. Though I'm a little upset that Iowa beat me. I tried to get a little fancy on the defensive side of the ball against him, and it came back to bite me in the ass.
Oh, the 21-23 one.
Yeah.
Your defense was out of control this season. 280 points. You were ranked number 3.
Yep, they played well. And I was worried coming into the season because I didn't have a linebacking core. And then I drafted 3 really good rookie linebackers that I think are going to be with me for a while. I drafted 2 and maybe signed 1, but Cooper Sullivan and Craig Hopkins.
Oh, Craig Hopkins. Let me get him up. Got him.
Two solid linebackers for me. And the third one that didn't play much this year, but it'll probably see some more time next year, is that Johnny Mons that I picked up in, I think, the late free agency stage.
Yeah, he's got a good run defense if it hits that mark. I like Cooper Sullivan.
Oh, yeah.
He's, for me, if he was bigger weight, I would like him as my outside linebacker.
Yeah. Somebody actually emailed me like a couple of minutes after I drafted him, wanted to get offering a trade, but I wasn't gonna. I needed a linebacker, and I wasn't gonna trade with him.
And Richmond, 22 touchdowns, average 5.12 a carry, 1,900 yards, unreal.
Yep. I think he's got another couple hundred yards and a few more touchdowns catching the ball up too.
How far behind is he to Meza?
Probably a long ways away.
Okay.
I don't think it's close. And he started his career late, and I think he's already starting his decline. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think he's got the bars to re-sign here when his deal runs out.
22 touchdowns this year. What do you mean decline?
Well, no. His bars are dropping.
Look at the difference.
Not his production.
Grim and Ken, look at the difference between Howie's team last season when Howie wasn't able to manage his team. His running back only had 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards.
He was injured for a few games too,
and he was injured for a few games last year too. He did miss a bunch. So,
what was your record last season, by the way?
I can't even remember.
I'll look right now.
It was
4-12.
4-12. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It was ugly.
You could have had the reverse if you would have beat Iowa, if you didn't fool around with your game planning.
Yeah. But I thought that this was a game that I should have won, or I should win. So I wanted to try a couple things to see how it worked, and I just didn't like it. So I was like, well, we're going to throw that game plan out.
So no surprises in your division that you saw, Howie?
I expected, God, I don't know if I expected Cap. I mean, Cap City was good last year. I expected Outer Banks to be more competitive than they were in our division. But overall, I mean, I'm not surprised that Capital City ended up in the wild card. I just think Outer Banks has got a solid roster, and I just think that he just didn't play up to his potential.
All right. Ken, you want to take this? I know you don't know our conference too much, but it helps.
I try to stay out of there.
It helps looking at both conferences to see what everyone's doing.
Yeah, I like to see what how he does. When I'm looking at run games, I'm looking at Oakland and Texas and seeing what are things there. I tend to take a balanced approach, but can't knock with the results. And that idea of game planning is still something that I'm far behind the curve on that. I can put together a good roster, but game planning still lacks in my wheelhouse.
All right, Grim. You want to take it then?
Yeah, no. I had Howie. I knew since he could be present this entire season that he was going to win that. I would have picked Cap City second. I'm with Howie on Outer Banks. I thought he was going to do a lot better. He's got that. Who's his quarterback? This young guy, Ronaldo Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got better this year. 25-9 for touchdown interceptions, 58%. Think that. Yeah. Well, yeah, as far as TDs and interceptions go, that was his best year so far. So I think this kid's going to be rolling here soon, but I expected much more out of Outer Banks, but maybe not the playoffs, but at least three, maybe 4 more wins. Moontown, I think FSL still trying to get that shit together, and now I don't think he's who's his quarterback over there?
He's got the rookie coming up, his 3rd season.
Oh, Bryson Pitts. Yeah, he just threw a little bit too many interceptions this year, but otherwise not bad.
Yeah, he had a quarterback rating of 86.5.
Yep.
So that's good. Anything at 85 for me and up, I like.
Now, I don't know what direction he doesn't really have a running back. That's good. So when he's a West Coast guy, his defense was okay. Yeah, so no, I would have thought Outer Banks a little bit better, but other than that, I would have called that the way it is.
Okay. I would have called Howie, since he was taking over his team, him and Capital City. So Texas first, Capital City second, so it played out right. Outer Banks, I would have had definitely at third and Moontown at the bottom. However, when I was watching Moontown this season, they were putting on games where they were going to compete. I thought they were going to push for a playoff spot. And then, again, the wheels fell off week 11 to 13 and at the end as well. So they completely knocked themselves out of the playoffs.
Yep.
All right, so now we come to the NC East. We have Chesapeake.
Clay, now that I think about it, I think when we did that after week 6 thing, I think we did call these, because here I called Chesapeake. I thought I would beat Frederick for second, then Frederick, then Brooklyn. So I think we did call who we thought we were going to have the divisions at back then.
Okay, so it was similar in my head. It was familiar that I thought we called something.
No, I should have went back through and listened to this shit and wrote down the shit like we did that one season. I wrote everybody's predictions down.
Because you were happy that Moontown was doing well, and there was another team, I forgot who it was, that you said. I forgot who it was, but yeah, okay.
It might have been Paris back then. I thought, because he was, 4-2 at that point? Something like that?
Could have been. So we have the NC East, Chesapeake, Frederick, Williamsburg, and Brooklyn. Grim, you want to take your division?
Chesapeake, no surprise there. I just super bummed with my season. And if you look at the last game we play, Michelli threw 7 fucking interceptions. And I had some shit going on Friday night, so I couldn't export, which meant I couldn't. James Jarvis was back from injury, and I couldn't get him back in. Couldn't change my defensive game plan. I wouldn't have changed the offensive game plan, but 7 fucking interceptions, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, let's look at him. Let's bring this over here.
He's just fucking terrible this year, dude.
Why is it not allowing me to see his games? Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. But he had a couple good games. Yeah, I really finally had a good draft last year, and I'm thinking, man, I could do some shit here, but I let go of, I had a wide receiver, Davison, been on the team 9 years, and I let him go so I could trade for Braden Borders from Jugs and re-sign him. Excuse me. And my passing cohesion went down to 60. So, and then my center, Clifton Dykoff, he was out for 7 games, middle of the season, 5 games, and Humphreys could not run worth a shit anymore. So, but on the bright side, outside of the points allowed, our defense was actually good. We were number 5, number 8 in a run, and surprising number 9 passing defense. Which, I thought our passing defense was going to be okay because I fixed my affinities there, got a leader, and got most of the people that were playing involved in the cohesion stuff. So yeah, disappointing. And Mass Lewis has my number 1 pick next year, so...
Oh, he does?
He does. I traded for 2 seconds last year and then traded one of those to Chris for his second this year. So I'm still in good shape for this draft. But,
what did you trade your first for?
2 seconds from Mass Lewis.
Okay.
So it was like 2-3 and 2-7, I think.
So he has, I believe, I think he has 3 first rounds next season.
He could.
He's
going to be very dangerous.
It's so funny, for all the bad press that Maselli has gotten. If you look at Tucker's quarterback and put them side by side, the only bar that's better is the accuracy bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When we were looking at him, dude.
There we go.
It's crazy. I don't know how that even happens.
They threw the same interceptions.
Now, do you guys...
I could use the touchdowns, though. Thanks for pointing that out, Clay. He was off by 40 touchdowns.
Do you all take notice of the combine scores and how they change and use those as
No,
to try to pick somebody up?
I've never been able to. You talk about on the website the combine changes there.
Well, no, even looking, like when I look at a free agent, I will look to see what their combine scores are to see whether or not I want to bring on the team. Because a lot of times, even somebody who has lower bars but they still have good combine scores, I find that they overperform their bars.
Ken, I agree with you. I do look at the combine scores of players in the free
Like
agency.
when you see Tucker's with a 90 position rating and Maselli with a 73, I don't know how much that has to do with it.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Just it depends. Like if it's a younger guy, I'll take a peek at their combines to see. But if it's an old guy and they still got decent bars that I could use, then I'll just kind of stick with that.
The only problem I have with it is combine scores change based upon the previous year's performance.
Yes.
Not upon, it's not a projection, it's a
But
performance award.
but see, here's where I'm confused on that. What you just said. I've seen players, and I'm going to speak for my team, that have done very well, exceptionally well. Like let's say 1,800 receiving yards, right, and 10 touchdowns or 12. But his bars, not his bars, his combines will drop. So if that is the case, it should go up based upon those numbers.
Yeah, and early on we were trying to figure out years ago when this version came out, when he started introducing the combine changes, where you could actually see it like on the website and in game, or it became something in game, but we could see it on the website. We were trying to correlate. Okay, wow, great. He went up like 30 points, and his combines all went up fucking great, and then his rating doesn't do anything. He may even go down in rating. So we were trying to attribute it to that, but we couldn't find nothing there. So I don't know if the combine changes does anything really.
Well, I'm sure it does something, but I think it's more random than anything. I don't think it's based on having a good year or a bad year. I just think it's a random roll of the dice and the combine changes, and then do with it as you will.
I have to agree with Howie on this one because there are players that do very well and their combines go down.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a deep dive on that.
Going back to the NC East, Grim, you were a shocker. Didn't think you would drop that low.
I thought I would make it to 9-7, maybe make the playoffs.
We had Chesapeake there. He's got a strong team. Frederick is building his team up, so he had a stretch of some losses at the end. I can see him being a thorn in your side, Grim, and the rest of you guys.
Yeah, what Baskey do? He just got him from Zach, so I know he's a leg guy.
Let's bring up his thing here. All right, so he played for him 52%, nothing great. 13 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But let's see what he does next season.
Yeah.
He's on the team for 3 years.
Let's see his running. Yeah, he had 489 yards rushing, 5 yards to carry, 2 touchdowns. So, but yeah, Reeves was in beast mode again too.
Yeah, this guy's, yeah.
It's funny, his number 2 running back is really good too, and he only had 3 carries. Did I see that right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I remember when we did the draft thing, we were wondering why he picked him. Because he just got Reeves. Then he had mentioned something in the forums too about why he did it, so.
Is he going to trade him?
Reeves?
No. Elms. Elms, however it's spelled.
Elums? Yeah, I don't have any idea.
I would. Unless you guys know how to use a 2-back system.
Well, Jugs is the pro there, so.
I definitely use more than one back. I rotate them through. I don't have one. I mean, even McIntyre, he's aging, and I don't want to overpress. Um, so I like to have. I do like to have a rotation. So I certainly use him more. But then when you look at Reeves, there's no place where you would not want him
Yeah,
in the
no,
game.
he plays every formation for me. Every formation, I don't fucking care. If I got an Elam's on the team, Reeves is the guy.
Oh no! See, if I had two running backs like that, they would split time just because that way I could keep Reeves' salary down by not giving him the boatload of the boatload of the carries. That's the one thing when I had two solid running backs, that was my entire reasoning for doing it, was to just kind of try to keep a running back from asking for $76 million a year. I would run Reeves in like the 1-1-3 set where I know I'm gonna spam a lot of it, but then I'd use two running backs in the 2-1-2 and run some different counter stuff. So I'd love to have a second running back like that. Like that's what I'm missing right now is a second running back.
Well, I guess when this chat goes out, people will be on the phone with this guy asking for this running back in the
Yeah, I
offseason.
mean, I wouldn't mind Elam's either. So he's better than that Josephat guy I've got backing up my guy. So
And Reeves is going to hit a contract year here.
that's
Yes.
true.
Yes, he
But
is.
Frederick's another one of those too. He's got a shit ton of guys on injury, and that was when his free safety Stan Cook went out early in the season. I'm like, yes. I think he went out right before our first game. But yeah, just another.
What's that German word where you celebrate somebody's ruin? I can't remember.
Gesundheit?
I have no clue.
Yeah, me neither.
1, 2, 3. He had 3 guys go off on injury reserve.
Yep, and that Rufus Streeter, he was a starter. Stan Cook was a starter.
He's gonna make noise next season. It's gonna be interesting to watch. And Brooklyn, I don't know what happened to Brooklyn. Ever since he won the bowl, I
Yep.
know he said he sold out to do whatever it took, but now he hasn't recovered.
Nope, not yet. Nope, his defense used to always be scary, and that's just been shit the last few years. I mean, he doesn't have a great running back like he's had in the past.
He lost this guy for 103 weeks. This guy is gone. His right tackle.
Oh, yeah, and he just re-signed him last year.
Yeah,
I think he was talking about that in the forum.
What's the injury?
Repetitive concussion
repetitive
syndrome.
concussion. Yeah, that's a career ender.
Yeah, but lots of injuries on his team this year as well.
Yes. And he's got the new quarterback he got in the second round. Barr's not that bad. He needs a sense rush, Barr. So he must be getting sacked like crazy.
Yeah, 49 times.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just too much.
Because with those sacks come fumbles.
Yep.
So you throw in the 23 interceptions he threw, and let's say he fumbled 7 times on those 49 times being sacked. That's 30 turnovers.
Yeah, it says he fumbled 4 times this year,
No,
but I don't know if he lost him.
Has a 27 avoid interception rate too.
All right, fellas, now we're down the last one. NC West. We have Oakland, who's Jugs, Hanalei, Fairbanks, Colorado.
It looks so odd to have a 9-win team above a 10-win team.
I don't know how
Yep.
that played out, but I guess it's by the losses.
Ties.
Ken, you want to take this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, Jugs knows what he's doing there. Hanley, as long as he's paying attention, is always there. Colorado, and I was waiting to pounce on him to see if Livingston would be available. So he's just starting his rookie quarterback. So as soon as Livingston didn't get out of the gate real quick, I was able to convince him, hey, yeah, you need to start Diaz.
Yep.
He's going to lose Livingston in the offseason anyway because he couldn't sign him.
Howie?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that that it was going to be Oakland and Hanley 1-2. I also can't wrap my head around that 10-6 being a wild card versus the 9-5. It's got to be something with the math, but no. And then Colorado starting rookie quarterback doesn't surprise me that he is he's where he is, and Fairbanks a couple seasons away from winning a bowl, but I think did he kind of sell out to get that bowl win? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there some sort of a curse? You win the bowl and then you just fall?
Well, I think some of it depends on your roster building, right? Like, am I willing to leverage a little bit of my future to win right now? That's GM strategy, I guess.
He's got a solid roster.
Yeah, the year he won the bowl though, he went in as a wild card. So
did he?
Again, 9-6-1 wild card makes it all the way to the championship, playing away games the entire time. So he just got hot in the playoffs there. Then 8-8 last season, and now this. I thought the whole division was going to be a lot closer, but that was before Colorado traded Livingston.
Yeah.
But I thought Hanley was probably going to win. I thought Jugs would make the playoff as the wild card. And then I thought Fairbanks and Colorado would be up in that 8-8 mark again,
I don't doubt that when you win the bowl, like it takes so much to actually win a bowl. And then when you win it, and you think, okay, well, we had a winning team, I don't have to make a whole lot of changes. And then if you don't make changes in this league, you're dead. And you already fall behind. Now you're trying to play catch up.
That's a good point. No, the reason why I say that, because take Gutenberg. They'll be in the playoffs and they continue. They'll get to the bowl, but they're up there again. And so they stay within reason. But there are teams, like you guys say, that sell out. They say, I'm going to just give everything I can, and they have to get rid of everyone, and they're going to fall flat on their face. But there are teams that still have their roster that are good, but something doesn't click the following season or the season after that. And that must be frustrating for the GM.
Yeah, shit happens. But again, Fairbanks, I don't know what the reason for that would be, because it doesn't look like he's lost anybody since the bowl. He's still got a really solid roster all the way around, except for maybe running back, but his running back ran okay. I don't think he passed enough to Rodriguez, because he doesn't have any he didn't even get 1,000 yards.
One major difference is Megabot's not Megabot. He's actually putting in the time and the effort now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So right away now you got a guy like Jugs who's, consistently at the top of the division, and a guy like Hanley who consistently drafts well and then just kind of airmails it in with the start of the season game plan, and we'll see at the postseason. Is now he's taking notice, he's paying attention, he's putting in new files, he's game planning. So that's one big difference, right?
When he's got this monster of a quarterback. Look what he's done with this guy.
Yep. A little more interceptions this year. That's probably why he's 10-6. But outside of that, man, I couldn't complain.
43.
And he did get a first-round pick, just to bring up bad news again?
No first-round pick. He got that Kornick quarterback and then a starting safety. Can't remember which guy, though.
Yeah, now he can't sign Kornick.
Nope, I don't.
Jugs is jumping on right now. I don't mind the quarterback switch, by the way. Kornack, whatever his name is. This trade. Because Kornack, I believe, was 24 during the trade.
Yeah.
And Half Bill was at 28, 29 years old. So
The issue is re-signing. That was the issue.
That's the one problem I have with that. I didn't mind the trade. I thought maybe, if he would have asked for a first from Hanalei, Melkpaw would have gave it to him. But to not re-sign this guy after trading Biletnikoff, and he's, how old is he now, Clay? He's 26. You don't resign 6'4", 233. You don't resign this guy. And now he goes to free agency. And looks like he's a red guy, so Quick will probably pounce on him with some fucking giant offer since Percy Humphrey's getting old. And then I got to deal with his ass for fucking the next 10 seasons.
like maybe he could have gotten one first, but to get two firsts and the quarterback, Malpow would have said, no, forget it.
No. But yeah, I think he might have been able to get that safety, Kornick, and then maybe a first. But again, I think I'm with Ken. The real issue here is he's not resigned.
Yeah,
You don't trade away Biletnikoff and not resign that guy. I don't get it. But I'm guessing he probably didn't have the money either. So,
but going back to what Howie's saying, Malpow, he's taking his team and he's active and he's just putting it together. And he's got his quarterback just playing off the charts. Jugs.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you came in.
Can you hear me? I'm actually driving.
yeah, I can hear you
hear you.
driving.
We have Ken on, the Houston GM.
Hey, Jugs.
Houston Swing Dog.
No, not
No.
Swing Dog. Houston.
Cargot.
Houston GM. Oh, Cargot. Okay.
He just traded his first round
welcome.
pick. He just traded his first round pick to T-Zac.
Tucker.
Oh, it's Tucker. Tucker.
Yeah, for that quarterback. Yeah.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
God.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
He did. Oh, he did.
We were just talking about your division, by the way.
What I missed.
We went all around to say, about each team, how they did for the season. And so we got to you, Hanalei, Fairbanks, and Colorado. And you and Hanalei were no surprises to be at the top. Fairbanks and Colorado, I think people expected Colorado and Fairbanks to do a little better. But yeah, what happened? Do you want to talk about your team?
Well, Colorado essentially gave up on the season when he traded his quarterback and started the rookie. Like, once he did that, he didn't have a chance.
Yes.
You're welcome, by the way.
I think I would have beat him anyway, but okay. Thank you.
But did you see it this close, the way it was coming down, Jugs?
I expected Mac Powell. I think I said in the other show, I expected Mac Powell to win 12 games. He didn't win 12 games this year. I don't know exactly what the problem was. It seemed like there were a couple games. Well, I know he didn't change his game plan all year long. So, I mean, that's a problem with GMs that are actually looking at logs, seeing what you're doing, like Julio. Like, Julio completely shut his offense down when he played him. And I outplayed him the first game and lost because I had 3 turnovers. All I had to do was just hope I didn't turn the ball over in the final week, and we didn't, and I absolutely annihilated him. I expected him to win 12 games. I expected us to win 10. We had the 2 ties, and I think he won 10 games. I think we won 9, but we won the division based on the tiebreakers and the ties.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out. So the ties, it comes down to how many games you lost, basically. It seems like. Because he has 6 losses, you only have 5. So that puts you in first.
Well, I think I had a better division record than him also. Like, we were head-to-head, 1-1, and I think I had a better division record.
You did, actually.
So a tie counts as half a win and half a loss.
Yeah, so you did have that, and you also had a better conference record.
Yeah, I get to see him again tomorrow, which I guess that'll be fun.
That's right. That is going to be fun to watch. Howie, you playing anyone tomorrow or no? You're off.
No, I'm not off. I'm the 3rd seed. I'm playing Cap City.
That's going to be a good game too. That's going to be a good game. Ken, who are you playing again?
Augusta.
Okay. We got some good games tomorrow to watch. Jugs, you know, you have your hands full with this guy.
With who?
Blintikov. Hanalei.
Yeah, but I did you see what his stat line was for the last week?
It doesn't matter. It all resets.
That's true, but did you see his stat line now?
We'll take it out right now. Hold on.
Well, Bolitnikov went 8 of 14. Why is that? Did you knock him out?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, well, he played so bad and he was getting beat so bad he got benched at halftime.
Yeah, but he didn't even throw an interception, which is that's
yeah, but
strange.
he also didn't score any points either.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of
24-0, I think, at halftime.
Yes.
That's kind of funny that Bolitnikov gets pulled, doesn't throw any interceptions, and then Michelli never gets pulled the entire game and throws 7. That's fucking so weird.
Well, that's the guy that you have blind faith in.
Yeah, it looks like Hanley's got a bunch of injuries now, too.
So I'm guessing with Michelli, you realize now that he's not your quarterback of the future.
Probably not, but he signed for 2 years, so guess we're going to find the fuck out. But yeah,
So
I'll definitely
go
be
6-10 and 7-9 again next year.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm definitely looking for somebody. I can tell you that much. Even if I draft a rookie and fucking start him, I don't care. Can't be having that shit again.
There's going to be there's going to be few in free agency.
Yep.
What's that? Where is
There
that?
are
Kornick is a free agent, and so is Texas QB, Howie's QB.
That is correct.
Bone line's going out?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't have enough cap space to remotely come close to what he was asking for renegotiation.
And Dakota Peterson is out there too.
Oh, let me take a look. Oh, how do we know this? Where are you guys looking?
Just
All
off
you got
of
to do
memory.
is go to week 1. Well, but you could go look at week 1. Once the week 1 is them, Ben puts the free agents to be. So just go back to the sim page for week 1.
Okay, I got it. Week 1. Got it. Okay, we got it here.
Yeah, Livingston, Karanek.
I'll be
Livingston's
surprised.
probably going to retire.
Yeah, I think he'll retire.
Oh, he's 36, huh? Guess we'll see.
You got some good players out there.
Yep.
Bronson's not being assigned. How did he get? What happened with that one? That was a trade, correct?
Yes. Yeah, and I don't. Zach explained it in the forum somewhere why he didn't re-sign him. I don't know if it had to do with money or something else.
It was a trade after he could resign him.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
And Jugs, you're not signing your guy Curtis?
I think he had one. I didn't have enough cap room to sign him this year. I got a ton of cap room next year to sign him if I want to. I just have to bid. But honestly, he's played so bad for me this year, I'm not even sure if he's worth keeping. For some reason, I can't break the code to get him to play well. He just does not play efficiently at all.
No, and actually, Ken, he did. He traded him exhibition season week 1, preseason week 1 for Bronson. So he explained why he didn't re-sign him in the forum. I can't remember what the hell it was. Yeah, I kind of like Curtis Floyd.
He was
Maybe I'll try
waiting
to sign
until
him.
preseason two to hit, and
You're cutting out pretty bad,
then he
brother.
didn't think he was worth resigning.
Okay.
Well, whoever has money next season. Do you guys have money next season for the off season?
I got some money to spend to
I have
re-sign some guys.
$190 million.
Okay, Jugs has 190 million. How about you, Howie?
Hold on, let me do my math.
Come on, do math.
I was hoping somebody was going to get the reference. God, yeah, I'll have a 120 million maybe.
How about you, Grim?
I'm loading up the shit now.
Ken?
I won't have enough to compete for some of the big names as much as I'd like to.
Myself as well. I have to shave some guys off. So,
Yeah, with some cuts and stuff that I'll probably end up having to do. I mean, right now I'm sitting at I'll probably have about 45 million to spend next year, which isn't great. But I've got guys that could re-sign and guys that could get cut for being pieces of shit. So,
All right, gentlemen. Hey, I'm going to call it a night. Good chat. Good luck in the playoffs for everybody who's in it.
yeah,
fun.
There, Howie.
Howie, thanks
Yeah,
for
have a good
coming
night.
on.
You too, Howie.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do any free agency major signings, any splashes for the off season. But yeah, and I don't even know who I'm going to be playing.
you got the bye.
I got the bye, so it's going to be if Howie wins, I think I'd play Howie, or the Oakland Jugs against Malpau. It's one of those.
What seed are you? Are you the first or second seed?
One? No, I'm two.
Then you're going to play the low. You're going to.
I have to. I have to be
play the
two.
highest seed that wins.
I think I'm two because of what's his name has to be one. I think Quick is number one.
Yeah, Quick's number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And you're number 2.
I'm number two.
So you're gonna play the highest seed that advances.
Yep.
So if Howie wins, you're gonna play Howie. If Howie loses, you'll play the winner between me and Hannah Lay.
Got it. I need Ike to put it together in the playoffs. That's what I need.
I think all the home teams win this week except for possibly Houston.
Let's look at it. What do they have? The point spread. So they have Tucker by 5.5 points. They have Texas favored by 4.5. They have you favored, Ken, by 2.
That's crazy.
And they have Hanalei favored by 1.5.
Is that in game or is that Ben's algorithm?
Benz. You want to hear the game?
Houston's defense. Sure. Houston's defense is pretty tough.
In
he'll
game,
give
it's
Augusta
Augusta
trouble.
by 3. Augusta by 3 in game.
Give us the rest of them, Ken. So we got Augusta by 3.
Let's see. Oakland by 3. Texas by 2. Tucker by 7. So yeah, I'm the only one.
Who is Tucker playing?
Mass
Lewis. Mouse Louse.
Who's Tucker playing?
Mouse Louse.
MIJB.
Oh, okay.
Merchant Man.
Yeah.
Tucker's
Yeah,
home. Tucker's at home.
I think Tucker's got that one. I think Howie's got that one. I think you're going to win that one, Ken.
So what's the difference between Ben's algorithm and the game?
Ben has his own power rankings and his own algorithm that doesn't coincide with the game.
I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah,
Do we
because
know which one's more reliable?
Well, like he doesn't put any emphasis at all on like the fullback position, which the game puts like a big emphasis on the fullback position.
But I got fullbacks. That's part of my game.
Yeah, he's saying Ben's don't count fullbacks worth of shit, whereas in game it does.
Yeah, but the in game has me losing, and Ben has me winning. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, there's other positions then.
Because you have an overall stronger roster, probably. What is your spread by Ben?
2 points Houston favor.
In Houston, you're at home.
Yeah, maybe that's how it is.
So
It was
on a
home.
neutral field, you'd be -1. You get 3 points for being at home. So that's why you're favored.
All right.
All right,
take
on.
it.
How do you notice, Jugs?
I actually just looked at the power rankings and figured it out before. Your power ranking numbers should be very close. If you look at Ben's power ranking numbers, they're probably only like a point or two off between the two teams.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They have Augusta at 91, and they have Houston at 88.
Yep. Yeah, Houston gets the advantage because he's at home, so he gets the 3-point spread because he's at home.
But that's only one shy of
And that's
91.
the same for in-game also.
So does the momentum carry into this at all?
No.
The
I don't
season
believe so.
the season resets in the playoffs.
So the fact that like watching the power rankings go down, and his going up at the playoffs, it'll just reset.
In the playoffs, it resets, but I do think there's a cumulative effect from the previous years. If you have a team that makes the playoffs every year, it's usually hard for that team to get beat in the playoffs.
I can see that actually happening. Because if you do a single-player game and you run the games, and if your team, let's say, makes the playoff but doesn't get to the bowl, the following year gets in the playoffs, they move further up in the playoffs, and they're harder to beat.
Yeah, I think anecdotally that checks out.
Yeah, usually, like, and I know Ben has said that this is not true. I strongly disagree. Usually, when you see teams that win a lot and make the playoffs every year, they usually get more dice rolls in their favor, and they just keep on winning. It takes a lot to stop a team that's winning year in and year out.
Look at Gothenburg. Look at Tucker. Look at Chesapeake. Toronto now. Clay, you're getting up there making the playoffs every year. You're going to be tough to beat, even in the regular season. So,
So somehow I didn't put this together, but Augusta beat me in the wild card round last year, 9-17.
And
Yeah, no, I mean, but you made the playoffs last year too, so that should make you a little stronger this season.
Yeah, but he also made the playoffs.
That's true, and he could be a little stronger this season.
Wait a second, hold on. No, I might have that wrong. Oh, I'm looking at Augusta. Actually, I won.
You got a slight
I
upgrade
won.
at quarterback.
I beat him 17-9 because I'm looking at his screen saying a loss,
Yeah.
but I got the win.
Yep. So you're the stronger team this year.
Oh,
And you actually got an upgrade at quarterback from last year, too.
true.
he's worried about Livingston right now.
Yeah, he's not.
That red flag may show up.
That's what he was thinking earlier.
It's my fear.
That's exactly what we were talking about. That red flag. Does he shit the bed? Or does he become MVP?
Or does he throw 5 touchdowns?
Well, I'm looking
Yeah.
at it like it's his last year. He wants to roll out on a high note. Takes his team all the way to the bowl.
Yep. Tiny people syndrome. I have it too. It's in his last year. He's 36. He wants another bowl. He's gonna fucking do this. He's gonna pull it off. Get us through the playoffs.
Absolutely. It's what
But I
makes
love
the
those
game-
stories. It does. I love those stories.
You got to have
thought-
that narrative. If you're
Thoughts
just
behind
thinking
some
of
of your
his
players.
dots and numbers and stuff, it's not fun.
He really is Aaron Rodgers at this point.
I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I know he's a red flag. He's like he is Aaron Rodgers all over the place. And the Jets defense, Jets got a pretty good defense. Let's see what happens.
It's some good
What
games.
would be fitting is if you win and you face Toronto in a playoff, since Toronto got rid of you.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Wouldn't it?
That would be awesome. And then you have the revenge game. And that's what we'll call the revenge game.
But then I'd either get Tucker and Gothenburg, and there's no nice story there. Except for that I don't think we haven't been to a bowl since I've been the owner. I think they've been to the bowl and won them before I took over.
Gothenburg is really, really strong. His defense was like ridiculous this year.
Well, who's number one seed, Ken? I believe if you win this and Tucker wins, Tucker's going to face Gothenburg, and you're going to face Toronto. Because Toronto's
Yeah.
number one seed, and if you win tomorrow, you're going to Toronto.
Correct.
Yes.
Unless
that would be sweet.
Unless a wild
Assuming
card.
Tucker wins.
Yeah, if Augusta or Orlando, if Orlando wins, they would go as a wild card to play Toronto. Wait,
Not Orlando.
Who's Orlando?
Mass Lewis.
I'm in the
Orlando's
wrong
out.
year. I'm in the wrong
getting ready to
year.
say
Oh,
Orlando.
Yeah.
What year are you in?
If Mouse Louse wins, they go to play Toronto because they're the wild card.
Well, Mouse Louse had a good year, too.
But they'd have to beat Tucker. So
But I think his wide receivers hurt. In Bertinelli hurt?
We can check right now.
You said something about someone being out.
Yes, he is. 3 weeks out.
Yeah,
That's going to
Vertinelli.
hurt in this playoff game.
He is out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, especially since he's needed him for the shootout, man. Oh, that's a big hurt.
But his tight end, Gordon, he's been targeting that guy.
Yeah, Gordon looks good.
So Gordon and Lane are his main guys. And then, so the other tight end, Robbins, he can do something with as well. So he's not that bad going into the playoffs. So he's going to be he can do some damage. Like, it's going to be good games all around.
Yeah, I think so too.
You guys want to call the games? Grim, I'll let you go first. Let me get to Mess Lewis Tucker. Grim,
Yeah,
call it.
I got Tucker taking that one. I would say 40-24.
I'm going to write this down so I can post it. 40-24. Tucker.
Who did you pick?
I picked Tucker over Mass Lewis, 40-24.
40-20. Wow. Okay.
Well, again, if we go back to the playoff bonuses, Tucker's been in the playoffs every fucking year for the last 30 seasons.
Ken?
That's true. That's true.
You want to give us your pick on this one? Mess Lewis Tucker?
I'm going to go 35 to 20.
Who's 35?
Tucker.
Jugs?
I am going to say 31-30, Tucker.
Ooh, a one-pointer.
Take the points.
I'm going to call Tucker to win 34-31 in overtime.
Ooh.
All right, next up. Cap City away, facing Texas at home. Jugs, give me this one. So Cap City's away. They're going to Texas.
Texas?
So you're taking Texas to win. Can you hear me, Jugs?
I'm in a bad sell area.
Oh, there you are.
You're fading in and out. Give me a couple.
Okay. Cap City is away, facing Texas. Who do you have? Scores.
I think we got to give him a couple minutes, brother.
All right.
He's in a bad sell area.
Go ahead, Grim. Give it to me.
Okay. You know, Cap City made the playoffs last year. Howie did not. Johnstone played okay. He still got a run game. 2,000 yards between the two guys with good averages. I'm going to call Howie on this one, but like 20-17.
This is going to be a good game. So 20-17. Ken?
Texas. I'm going to go 27-14 Texas.
27-14 Texas. I'm giving Howie to win.
What was Cap City's? What was Cap City's record this year?
9-7, and Texas was 11-5.
And Texas beat them twice, 20-13 and 34-9.
Ooh.
So,
nice.
Yeah, Jugs, you want to give your score then?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Texas 26-17.
I'm also going to pick Texas, but I'm going to say 21-14. 17's in my head, but I'm going to give 14 to Cap City. So 21-14, Texas takes it. Now we have Augusta going to Houston. Ken, I'll let you be first on this since it's your team.
Okay, I've got Augusta with 28 and Houston with 23.
28-23. You're picking against your team?
If you look at my offense,
it doesn't matter. Never pick
weeks,
against your team.
Man, hey, it's what's that parlay? Hey, if I win, I win money. Or, hey, I win and I won. Yeah, all right.
So 28-23. Jugs, I'll let you go on second.
I'm going to pick Houston 17-13.
Grim?
Yeah, I mean, you're number 6 in scoring defense. That no one's getting 20 points on you, but I'm going to go. Houston's taking this one 23-20.
I appreciate the confidence, guys.
And I'm also picking you as well, Houston. I'm picking 13-10 this game.
So I beat them 27-17 in week 5, but it was raining and with 13-mile-an-hour winds, and they couldn't throw.
Yep.
All right, so
let's see, 74 and 3-mile-an-hour.
then the last one, and Jugs, you're going to go first on this. It's your team. Hanalei against Oakland.
I'm picking Hanalei 28-24.
28-24. Ken?
I'm going Oakland 28-27.
Okay. Grim?
Yeah, I'm going to take Oakland too. I want to say about the same score as the last game. Oakland 27, Henley, I'll give them 17.
I think I'm taking also Oakland and 27-24. 27-24. And that is all the games, fellas. We got it.
Right on.
And I have it written down, so I'll post it tomorrow during the match.
Well, you got to post it tonight. You got to post it tonight because tomorrow's the game.
That's true. I'll post it then tonight. All right. Anything else? I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, fellas. Enjoy your playoffs. Jugs and Ken.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to all you guys.
Yes, good luck to everybody on this. Well, I shouldn't say good luck because I don't believe in luck. Have an awesome game.
See you guys.
Yeah, there you have it.
I'll talk to you guys later. Be good.
All right, take it easy, guys.